Hey everybody, welcome to the Sky Lounge, and this is Piggyskin Picks, where I pick the winners and losers of the upcoming NFL week. And in week 1, boys and girls, 10 out of 16. Not bad, 62.5%, but we can absolutely do better. So why don't we start this shit off with Thursday Night Football? The Cincinnati Bengals will be taking on the Cleveland Browns. And you know what? I'm taking the Cleveland Browns. Bruh. There's no winners in this game, is it? It's going to be a tie, isn't it? This is what always happens to the fucking Browns. I don't know why, boys and girls, but I'm very partial to the Browns. I don't mind them. I don't hate them. I want them to do well. But each and every time you expect something from them, they just shit themselves like the bitches on OBJ's chest. And god damn it. If I had to put fucking money down on this game, Cincinnati at +6 seems reasonable. Does seem reasonable. Joe Burrows was actually pretty decent. Cincinnati Bengals just kind of got fucked last game. And yeah, I feel like it might be a bit more closer than people would imagine, but I think Cleveland comes out with the win. Again, against my better judgment. But then we move on into football Sunday. We start off with the Carolina Panthers taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And again, I'm biting fool's gold. I'm saying the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to win this game. But the Carolina Panthers at +9 is a very, very nice spread. Because listen, that offense from the Carolina Panthers is still pretty damn potent. You got the best running back / receiver in the league in Christian McCaffrey, who is just unbelievable. If you can figure out a way to just utilize that shit, Matt Rule, you're going to be gravy. You're going to cover that spread. But I got a feeling that Tampa Bay, the housing of the AARP man and Tom Brady, they're going to do okay. They're going to come back after kind of a disappointing week against the Saints. The battle of the AARP men. He bounces back. That's what TB12 does. And that's why I respect him. Of course, we have that whole thing with the Seahawks and the New England Patriots. We will talk about them a bit. But I respect the hell out of Tom Brady. And maybe I could be wrong. Maybe the Panthers just punched the Buccaneers in the mouth. But I don't know. I'm buying fool's gold again, picking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now let's move on into the next game. The Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Tennessee Titans. I'm going to say a Titans win. But damn, -9 for the Titans seems like a really fucking big buy-in, man. I just don't know if they're going to be as dominant. Now, is Jacksonville's offense that good? Was Gardner Minshew going to put up those numbers, consistently throughout the season? I don't know. Because I see this Titans defense, I think they should be smothering guys. But you know what? I wouldn't take that -9. If anything, I'd probably take an under on this game. I don't know what the actual under is. Hell, if it's 48, I'll take the under on that shit. 45, though, I wouldn't touch it. But I believe Tennessee Titans get a win there. Now, moving on to the next game, the New York Giants taking on the Chicago Bears. I'm taking the Bears. This game is just going to be a battle of the inconsistent quarterbacks who one moment look like absolute dog shit, and then the next they look like fucking John Elway. That's just how this shit rolls, man. Chicago at -5, I'll take that shit. I will absolutely take that shit. Because the New York Giants, I kind of praise their defense, but simultaneously, this is just an overall bland-ass mediocre squad. I don't know if the Giants can pull through. So I'm saying a Bears win there, although the Allen Robinson talk is going to be problematic in the upcoming future when Mitch Trubisky can't even throw it past a fucking 8-yard line. I don't know. But, quarterback play should be very mediocre in this one. Up and down significantly more than anybody else. So I'm picking the Chicago Bears in that game. And the next game, the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going with them boys. Woo! How about them Cowboys? Yep. Mike McCarthy is still dragging this goddamn wagon of mediocrity to just probably an 8-8 season. But in this particular game, I think Cowboys comes out with the win in probably a low-scoring affair where I think the Atlanta Falcons cover that plus 4 points. But Greg the Leg doesn't have that juice anymore, Cowboys. I'm sorry. He just doesn't. But I'm expecting a Cowboys win, but a very, very close game because you got the best receiver in the fucking league on the other side, Julio Jones. Julio Jones. The best receiver in the league, kids. Let's not debate that shit, okay? All right. So, moving on into the Detroit Lions versus the Green Bay Packers game. Come on, man. Maybe that odd game later in the year when Detroit is hosting Green Bay, maybe they get that odd win. But this one, it just feels like maybe Detroit gets a nice lead and then just dick punches themselves into the shadow realm. And the Green Bay Packers, man, I think at -6 is a decent buy-in, but you have to realize this battle between these two teams is such a funky affair, but there is always a script to Detroit. There's always a script to this heartbreak, this everlasting, eternal heartbreak that is known as the Detroit Lions. It is just a fucking shamble of a fucking team to just put any semblance of hope into or any goddamn betting into. Jesus Christ, -2 on the fucking Lions last week? Really? DeAndre Swift, you have to make that catch! What are you fucking doing? How are their quarterbacks not grasping the fucking ball for an interception? Jesus Christ! Detroit! Blows my mind. Blows my motherfucking mind. They do. But gonna blow my mind even more is Indy just relying on Phillip Rivers in a game where the Minnesota Vikings will be headed into Indianapolis to take on the Colts. And I think the Minnesota Vikings at +3? Are you fucking kidding me? That is the easiest fucking thing you'll win all week. Bye. Oh my God, +4 for the Minnesota Vikings against the goddamn Colts? This Colts team looks so mediocre. This is going to be a Phillip Rivers team. He's going to throw a shit ton of interceptions. He'll have, I don't know, maybe half a dozen games, if that are decent enough. But oh my God, what are you relying on him for? +3 for Minnesota. Are you people fucking insane? That is just free money. That is free money. I mean, I'm taking Dirk Cousins over Phillip Rivers. That's how bad this matchup is. Holy fuck. Let's move on to the next game. The Buffalo Bills taking on the Miami Dolphins. And you know what? Miami at +6. I'll take the points, but I think the Buffalo Bills comes out with the win. But the more interesting story here is going to be what we see in Fitzpatrick. Are we going to see Fitzmagic or Fitzception? No, I mean, inevitably, this always ends in Fitz tragedy. But there is something about this Bills team that feels like you need to be tested by a real team. I mean, Miami, real team, yes. But relatively speaking, still kind of rebuilding, still kind of gel things together. I see a Miami team right now, after week 1, just kind of seeing, what's going on. And I know it's a bit more reactionary, but this feels like a team under the, steward of Fitzpatrick. It's not going to grab a lot of wins, but maybe by week 5, week 6, shit gets rolling. Maybe you put in Tua Tagovailoa and grab some wins there. But yeah, I think Buffalo, as of right now, will beat the Dolphins. Not handedly, but pretty well. So that's my thoughts on that game as we move on into the San Francisco 49ers taking on the New York Jets, Jets. Oh, I'm taking the 49ers, despite the fact their entire fucking roster is basically a hospital ward. Yeah. I still fucking take San Francisco over the goddamn Jets. But +7 for the Jets. Okay, not bad. not bad, but it feels like one of those Detroit Lions things where if you bite this shit, you are fucked. You are going to kill yourself. So maybe not the best bet to take. Perhaps the under, depending on what the number is. But I will tell you this. If it's under 50, I'll take. Actually, under 45. I would say under 45 this game. But it's the Jets. The eternal butt fumble. They'll figure some way to break their own hearts. It always happens. Always does. And you know what? Philadelphia is kind of following suit on that. You know what I mean? It's weird. You lose to a team with no name, in the Redskins, technically no name, but you're going to be hosting the LA Rams on Sunday, the Philadelphia Eagles. And this game being a pick'em, I have no confidence in saying the Philadelphia Eagles are going to win this. I think the Rams, who showed more upside in their game against the Cowboys, which, yeah, admittedly, it's a bit of a contested game with the whole Jalen Ramsey flopping shit, but compared to what the Eagles' trajectory feels like after week one, I'll take the Rams. I'll take the Rams on that shit. Because Eagles... Is this all you can do? Because the Cowboys are right there. The Redskins actually fucking won a game. Oh! I know. Eagles, you gotta get your shit together. You do. And so does Denver. Because they're going to be taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers in Pittsburgh, and although I think Denver covers that spread at +7, I think the Steelers inevitably get that win. Now, I still don't know if I think the Steelers are an elite team. Maybe we'll find out on week 2, but just based on the body language of Ben Roethlisberger in week 1, I just thought, kind of a meh affair. I don't really know if I can trust that. But Denver, kind of the opposite, where like the coaching felt like it was more of a problem, and personnel wasn't really a significant issue. Although you could technically say it was kind of an issue. But I'm taking the Steelers, but Denver +7 seems like a pretty good grab. Now, the Washington Redskins, aka the team with no name, will be taking on the Arizona Cardinals, and I think the Redskins get scalped by the Arizona Cardinals. Although +7, I don't think that's a bad point spread. Chase Young is obviously a stud rookie who's probably going to get at Kyler Murray. But, this Cardinals team is looking really good. And, man, I would not doubt it if I'm completely wrong on the spread pick and Kyler Murray and the gang blow this Washington Redskins team out. But we will have to see on Sunday, boys and girls. And what we will also see is the battle between Lamar Jackson and Deshaun Watson, between the Baltimore Ravens and the Houston Texans. And no shit, I'm taking the goddamn Ravens. Are you fucking kidding me? Baltimore Ravens at -7? Yeah, I'll reluctantly take that because Houston Texans still has Bill O'Brien as head coach. Yeah. Useless. Fucking useless. Deshaun Watson's great. David Johnson actually looked pretty damn good. But, okay. What do you want after that? You want a cookie? Oh my God, the Houston Texans are an absolute fucking joke. They really are. I mean, Bill O'Brien is a tool. And that roster, man, I look at that defense and I think you are going to get carved apart. You are going to get carved apart by Lamar Jackson. And, wow. I really don't know how long Bill O'Brien is tenured at the Texans, but I feel like he will never leave. And that's unfortunate for Texans fans. But why do I care? We had a good year of Clowney out of that shit. So. Oh, and Carlos Hyde. So, shout out to the Texans. Giving us some good shit. Oh, and Dwayne Brown. How could I fucking forget Dwayne Brown? Thanks for Dwayne Brown, Bill O'Brien. Holy fuck. This guy's worse than I thought. But, hey, you know who's actually better than I thought? The Kansas City Chiefs. And they will be taking on the LA Chargers in SoFi Stadium. That new little stadium over there in LA. Oh, man, Kansas City at -8. They're going to fucking wreck the goddamn Chargers. They are going to wreck this fucking team up. And, oh, boy. Clyde Edwards-Helaire Patrick Mahomes, that stud of an O-line, that defense, that if it gets rolling, it's going to be a fucking problem for everybody. The Chargers are fucked. You have no fans. You will have no fans to begin with. So, hey, it's like a nice little practice game for next season. Next off-season, preseason shit. So, good on the Chiefs. They've been looking great. Although, not to toot my own horn, kids, the Seahawks have been actually looking pretty great. And yes, Sunday Night Football, ladies and gentlemen. The Seattle Seahawks will be hosting the New England Patriots in Seattle, Washington, CenturyLink Field, 5:20 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I think the Seattle Seahawks win. -4. If I bet on my own teams, I would take that -4. Now, is this coming from a place of arrogance? No. Because Bill Belichick, as much as I despise the Patriots for, obviously this history with the Seahawks, and sometimes they're just kind of cringe nature of what they do, I respect the hell out of the Patriots. And Bill Belichick is one of those figures in football that I think he's on another level. And never underestimate Bill Belichick. Never underestimate his brain power. And Cam Newton, we could see a revitalization of this guy. And what I'm afraid of is the Seattle defense just kind of letting the run game just take itself apart. But again, we got Jamal Adams. We got Bobby. We got that D-line, which a little suspect. But I did like the fact that L.J. Collier and Ben Mayowa were pretty decent factors into that Atlanta Falcons game. But my sincere hope is the Seattle Seahawks pull off I'm going to say 26-21 win against the New England Patriots on Sunday Night Football. But, man, I'm scared about this Patriots team. I'm going to be real about that shit. This Patriots team, although they have a division they have to defend technically, this looks like a team that could really cause a lot of headaches for all AFC teams down the line. So be on the lookout for Bill Belichick and his evil ways. But, ladies and gentlemen, we wrap that off week 2 with Monday Night Football, where the New Orleans Saints will be flying into Las Vegas, where I am here living right now. And they will be taking on the Las Vegas Raiders in Allegiant Stadium for the Raiders' first home game in Las Vegas. And in the home opener, the Saints are going to beat the shit out of the Raiders. Oh my God. New Orleans Saints at -6. Come on, man. I know Michael Thomas is out. Did you forget about Alvin Kamara? Did you forget about the fact that Drew Brees is still a fucking quarterback? Did you forget that Sean Payton can somehow use Taysom Hill as like this fucking crazy ass utility knife and go about things? Did you know that defense is still pretty damn good? Although I will admit, I think the Raiders will put up a very valiant fight between Derek Carr, Josh Jacobs, Henry Ruggs. That offense has some studs right now, right? I mean, even Derek Carr. I shit on Derek Carr, yes, but in moments, he's good. He has the needs to be good. But I think that Saints team rips apart this Raiders defense, and -6 on the Saints seems pretty reasonable. So that's all the picks for week 2, boys and girls. So let's read them off from the top. I have the Cleveland Browns winning Thursday Night Football. Then we move on into Football Sunday. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Tennessee Titans, Chicago Bears, Dallas Cowboys, Green Bay Packers, the Minnesota Vikings, Buffalo Bills, San Francisco 49ers, the LA Rams, Pittsburgh Steelers, Arizona Cardinals, Baltimore Ravens, Kansas City Chiefs, Seahawks, and the New Orleans Saints. So that does it for me here with Piggyskin Picks, boys and girls. Follow me at the Sky Lounge and all the links in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe for more daily content, and fuck off.